Study about the difference between the striated muscles, unstriated muscles, and the cardiac muscle. So let's start. First, we will see the shape of the cell. So in the case of striated muscle, the shape of the cell is long, cylindrical cells. Okay, and whereas in the case of unstriated muscles, the cell is elongated and spindle shaped. Okay, whereas in the case of cardiac muscle, the cells are short and cylindrical. Okay, and now comes the second point. The light and dark bands are present in striated muscles, which are also known as striations. And in the case of unstriated muscles, the light and dark bands or the striations are not absent. Whereas in the case of cardiac muscle, the striations is present, but they are what? They are fainter, means they are weak, not equal to the number of striations present in the striated muscles. They are always less than the striation present in the striated muscle. Okay. Then comes the third point. The striated muscles are multinucleated, whereas the unstriated muscles are uninucleated, and the cardiac muscles are also uninucleated. And I let you know the meaning of multinucleated. Multinucleated means anything which has more nucleus, means the cell which has more than one nucleus, whereas uninucleated refers to the cell which has one and only cell node, one and only what? Nucleus. Okay, then comes the fourth point. The striated muscles are voluntary, means which we can control on our will, whereas the unstriated muscles are involuntary, and which means that we cannot control it on our will. Like for example, we can take the muscles of the stomach. Can we control it? No, right? It is all happens in its own. Okay, and the cardiac muscles, we also cannot control the walls, the muscles of the walls present in what? Heart. Okay, that's why they are also what? They are also involuntary. Okay, then the fifth point, that the striated muscles can undergo strong contraction, means if they can undergo strong contraction, means they are helpful in movement. Okay, then in the case of unstriated muscle, can the unstriated muscles can carry out slow but a prolonged contraction, means they are helpful in contraction but not as much as a striated muscle. Yes, they perform the slow contractions, not the strong contractions. Okay, and in the case of cardiac muscle, the cardiac muscles perform vigorous and rhythmic contraction, means I think you have heard anywhere about the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of your heart. So this what the cardiac muscle does. It helps in the vigorous and rhythmic contraction of what? Heart. Okay, then the sixth point is that in the case of striated muscle, intercalated, yes, it is intercalated discs are absent. Remember, it is intercalated discs are absent. Okay, whereas in the case of unstriated muscle, the same in the case of unstriated muscles also, the intercalated discs are absent. Okay, whereas in the case of cardiac muscle, it is something different. The intercalated discs are present. Okay, so now let's come to the last line. Okay, last point. So in the case of striated muscles, fibers have blunt ends, means something which is not so sharp. Okay, so they have what? Blunt ends. Whereas in the case of unstriated muscles, fibers have pointed ends, means sharp ends. And in the case of cardiac muscle, the fibers have what? Broad ends. Okay, that's all for today. Bye.